Good afternoon, everyone, or evening. It's December 10th, 2023, and the final, what would this be? Final 2, 3 weeks? One, two, probably final 2 weeks of tradable action, and the third week is probably going to be a mess of the year. Uh, just looking at a high time frame outlook of equities, here is the ES on a weekly chart. Now, these are the futures, and that is after the rollover to the March contract. The December is trading about 50 points lower and still doing some more volume, so probably won't roll until midweek or so, maybe even until the end of the week. Um, we can see we've surpassed that earlier July high. We've surpassed that March high as well, and we're getting into these highs over here. Now the S&P, it's also surpassed that high, but I think we are still trading. Oh no, yeah, we're still trading within this high over here from what is that? The end of March 2022. But regardless, uh, the big picture is that stocks are on their highs. Um, And interestingly enough, the COT data is showing that, uh, yeah, they're longer than they have been in a while, but, the only people who really are loaded pretty decently long are retail. Um, and they're doing a pretty good job so far. Uh, Look, we just closed off. You can see us here. Go to a weekly chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green weeks in a row on the cash there. I think the futures might have done 6 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 weeks as well. I think we have never had in the past 10 years 7 green weeks in a row. And you got to remember that includes this magnificent rally during COVID for those couple years. So look, I think this kind of all makes sense. I've been saying for a while that I think that the Santa rally gets shaken out. I think all these retail guys who bought the dip, and they did an awesome job doing so, I think they're going to get shaken out going into year end. So that kind of supports it, unless we do get a beautiful statistic shattering event and we do get 7 green weeks in a row, then I'm wrong. Uh, but I do think this will be a red week. How red does it go? Well, look at the news events we have. 10-year on Monday, 30-year on Tuesday, and CPI. Wednesday's the big one, PPI and FOMC. Thursday, retail sales. Friday's OPEX. And I believe, I can't remember if futures expire as well, or if the roll date is just official on Friday, and then some other news as well coming out on that day. So we had a fairly tight range for the week. What was it? The high of the week came around 46.15 ish. The low of the week was kind of that typical 45.55 ish. Yeah, it's a 60-point range week, so I'm in favor of some expansion. If we can get below this number, this is roughly that 45.55, right? That we've been seeing happen about 1,000,001 times. If we can finally break below that, I'll be looking for us to get into kind of these weekly lows over here. You have a low of the week here. Where's another virgin low of the week? You got one here, and you got another one here. So I think we'll be able to run that one, that one, and that one, get into here, maybe end the year somewhere around here, which has been what I've been saying, somewhere around 435 to 445. That's a nice neutral zone. Makes sense to shake out retail, who's loaded to the gills long. We've got a shit ton of data. We had a pretty contracted week in terms of volatility, in terms of the weekly range. It kind of all just makes sense to me. Just get a week of range expansion and for it to be the downside, given the statistics. NASDAQ, been a little bit worse off. We have not surpassed that November 29th high. You can see it here on the S&P. We've made numerous highs since then. Dow is still going strong. Looks like the short position in the Dow has finally been covered for the most part. Rusty over here, just chilling at this level, and that's about it. So I'm going to look for a sell this week. I'm going to be a little bit hesitant being aggressive on the buy side. I would not be surprised if, stuff like 45.76, 45.65, 45.55. I wouldn't be surprised if those numbers do get some nice reactions at first if you're trading intraday. But I do think eventually make it down to, 45.38, 45.25, 45.15, those sorts of numbers. And maybe even the week after that, get another red week into this kind of 445, 444 area. Uh, that's all I got. Looking for a volatile week, looking for some expansion and volatility, looking for the VIX to pick up a bit. I think it's someone's been, isn't this thing trading around like 12 or something? 10, 12? Which is it? It's this one? 12, there you go. It's the lowest it's traded since pre-COVID. That's all I got. Red week, a lot of volatility intraday, a lot of volatility across the week. Be careful, I guess. Have a great week. Trade safe.